everyone. Hi, this is Sheetal Chaudhary, your accounts master teacher, and I welcome you all to Vedantu Commerce. We are here for a better future. So how are you all? कैसे हैं आप लोग? How are you all, guys? Hi, Phys Education. So this is our today's schedule. After this session, you will be having your economics session at 7 p.m. with Neha Ma'am. So stay tuned for the next session at 7 p.m. Hi, Navya. And also, we have started our quizzical mathematics for everyone, and you will be having your complete class 12 finals mathematics quiz, final quiz on tomorrow. Tomorrow you will be having your final mathematics quiz at 11 a.m. So do join this mentee quiz tomorrow at 11 a.m. Hi Anshul, hi Priya, a very good evening. And let's start this session now with some positive thoughts. A meaningful life is not being rich, is not being popular, not being highly educated or being perfect. A meaningful life is all about being real, being humble, and being able to share ourselves and touch the life of others. So don't think of being rich, of being popular, of being educated or being perfect. Just try to be real and humble and try to share yourself with others. So this is class 12th accountancy session in which we will be ending the chapter issue of debentures, and also we will be ending the syllabus. We will be ending the syllabus also. So, if you guys are new to our channel, Vedantu Commerce, then please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, and also don't forget to like this video and share this with your friends. तो जल्दी से जाएं, अभी चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें, इस वीडियो को लाइक करें और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर करें. And also you can join our official Telegram group Vedantu Commerce if you want to receive the notes in the PDF form. अगर आपको notes PDF में चाहिए तो जल्दी से जाइए and go this Telegram group. The link is in the description box below. The most important thing, if you are the one who want to score good marks in boards exam, अगर आपको अपने boards में अच्छे marks लाने हैं, then you may take this Pro subscription. I can give you a surety that by this Pro subscription, you can easily score good marks. इससे आप आराम से अच्छे marks ला सकते हो in the boards because we are providing all of these benefits to you, including 4 types of courses. We are providing you 4 types of courses: micro course, crash course, long-term course, and short-term course. Also, we are providing you more than 20 teachers, and all the teachers will have more than 5 years of experience. So all the teachers will be highly experienced, highly qualified. And these teachers will continuously work on your areas of improvement. सारी की सारी teachers आपके improvement पे काम करेंगी, आपकी weakness पर काम करेंगी. And we are providing you more than 5,000 hours of live online classes. You can watch unlimited live classes of all these subjects. You may watch economics, accounts, business studies, mathematics. All these subjects are included in this Pro subscription. Along with the classes, we will conduct regular tests for you. We will provide you regular assignments so that you can score good marks. And last but not the least, we are also providing you option in languages. You may select any language, English or Hindi, for watching the session. आप अपने हिसाब से अपनी लैंग्वेज को चूज कर सकते हो. इंग्लिश में देखना है इंग्लिश में देखो, हिंदी में देखना है हिंदी में देखो. So all of these benefits are provided to everyone in this Pro subscription. The actual price of this Pro subscription for 1 month is 3499. But अभी आपको मिलेगा 20% discount on this Pro subscription, and after discount the price will be only 2799. So what are you waiting for? Go and take your Pro subscription right now at flat 20% discount by using my code SCPRO, and I will love to teach you all on Pro subscription. Hi Shrinu, hi Anonymous, hi Ujjwal, hi everyone. So let's start our today's session now. Issue of debenture. This is the last class of this chapter and last class of your syllabus. After which we will be having Menti quiz for this chapter. So tomorrow we will be having the Menti quiz for this chapter. कल आपके इस chapter की Menti quiz होगी at same time 6 PM. So the topic that we will be doing today is interest on debentures. So we will be discussing interest on debentures today. Now, first of all, let us understand what do you mean by interest. First of all, we will discuss the meaning of interest on debentures and the accounting treatment, and at last we will discuss some practical questions. Anonymous, please don't spam the chat box, otherwise you will not be able to write a single message. You are here to study, so please focus on the session, not on something else. Team, please look out at him. He is continuously spamming the chat box. So, let's start this session with the yesterday's homework. First of all, we will be discussing the yesterday's homework. कल की क्लास में आपको homework दिया था, तो raise your hands who all have tried to solve the homework. किस किसने homework करा है? Raise your hands, guys, who all have done the homework. Anchal. What about others? Ujjwal. Shrinu. Shrinu ने भी किया है. Okay, so this question was given to you as homework in the previous class. So now I will be solving the question for you, but I will be giving you an overview only. I'm not going to explain the question. I'm just going to solve it. The question is, a company took a loan of rupees 4 lakh from Bandhan Bank Limited and issued 8% debentures of rupees 4 lakh as collateral security. The company took a loan of 4 lakh and it issued debentures of 4 lakh in return as collateral security. Explain how will the issue of debentures be dealt with in the following books, in the books of company. How you will deal with the issue of debenture in the books of company. So, now we will be solving this question as per the two method. We will be solving this question using both the method. The first in which journal entry is passed for the issue, and second, in which journal entry is not passed for the issue. So this is the first method. This is the first method in which the journal entry is passed for issue of debenture. You have taken loan of 4 lakh. The journal entry will be bank account debit to loan from Bandhan Bank. Bank account debit to loan account 4 lakh and 4 lakh. Then debenture suspense account debit 2% debenture. This journal entry will be passed when the debentures are issued. So for issue of debentures, the journal entry will be debenture suspense account debit 2% debentures 4 lakh and 4 lakh. Now we will represent these journal entry in the balance sheet. Now we will represent these items in the balance sheet. Bank account you will represent under current asset. Bank balance cash at bank will be represented under current asset as cash and cash equivalent. बैंक को कहां पर शो करेंगे? करंट एसेट्स में. एंड लोन is a non-current liability. You will represent this under non-current liability as long-term borrowing. जो आपने लोन लिया है आप उसको नॉन करंट लाइबिलिटीज में शो करोगे एज अ लॉन्ग टर्म बोरोइंग. देन डिबेंचर सस्पेंस अकाउंट डेबिट 2% debenture. We will prepare notes to account for this. We will prepare notes to account for this journal entry. इसके लिए हमें क्या बनाना पड़ेगा? Notes to account. Hi Aarti, a very good evening. So, under non-current liability, we will write down the heading long-term borrowing. Under non-current liability, we will write down the heading long-term borrowing, and we are preparing note number 1 for long-term borrowing. We are preparing note number 1 for long-term borrowing. Now let's solve the notes to account. Let's prepare notes to account. So in the notes to account of long-term borrowing, जब आप notes to account बनाओगे, सबसे पहले you will write down the loan. First of all, you will write down the loan. Loan from Bandhan Bank is 4 lakh. Loan taken from Bandhan Bank is 4 lakh. Then we will show the debenture. Under loan, you will represent the debenture. So what you will do, from the percentage debentures 4 lakh. From the percentage debentures 4 lakh, we will subtract debenture suspense account. We will subtract the balance of debenture suspense account, which is also same 4 lakh. So percentage debentures minus debenture suspense account, the balance is nil. So 4 lakh plus 0, the long term borrowing are of rupees 4 lakh. The long term borrowings are of rupees 4 lakh. So this is the treatment when the journal entry is passed for issue of debenture. You will write down loan, and below loan, under loan, you will write down percentage debentures, from which we will subtract the value of debenture suspense account. So this is your amount of long-term borrowing. Now the second note is for cash at bank. The bank balance will be represented under cash and cash equivalent. The bank balance will be represented under, will be shown under cash and cash equivalent, and your bank balance is also same, that is 4 lakh. Hi Yamini, a very good evening. Your bank balance is also same, that is 4 lakh. So now you will represent the amount in the balance sheet. Amount of long-term borrowing 4 lakh. Amount of cash and cash equivalent under current asset 4 lakh. So this is your amount. This is your amount 4 lakh and 4 lakh for both. 4 lakh for long-term borrowing and 4 lakh for cash and cash equivalent. This was the first method in which the journal entry is passed for issue. This is the journal entry which is passed for issue of debentures. Now coming on to the next alternative method. Yes, Yamini, you have to join our official Telegram group and all the notes will be provided in that group. Hi Naveen. So now this is the alternative method where the journal entry is not passed for issue of debenture. This is the next alternative method in which you will only and only pass the journal entry for bank loan. यहाँ पर हम लोग सिर्फ एक journal entry पास करेंगे बैंक लोन की. इशू ऑफ डिबेंचर्स की कोई भी जर्नल एंट्री पास नहीं होगी. सो दी ओनली जर्नल एंट्री विल बी बैंक डेबिट टू लोन अकाउंट. बैंक you will show under current asset. Loan you will show under non-current liability. So bank under current asset, loan under non-current liability. The name of Telegram group is Vedantu Commerce. Same as our YouTube channel. This is the name of our Telegram group, Vedantu Commerce. Now coming on to the accounting treatment of balance sheet. How you will represent the balance sheet. क्या उज्जवल कौन सा लिखना चाहिए? I will always suggest to use the first method. I do not prefer this method. I prefer the first one. Naveen, you can check out my class 11 session if you want to hear the song. In class 12, we have no songs. So, now we have only passed one journal entry, bank account debit to loan account. So, bank account will be represented under current asset as cash and cash equivalent. And loan will be represented under non-current liability as long-term borrowing. So loan will be represented under non-current liability and bank will be represented under current asset. So note number 1 for long-term borrowing, note number 2 for cash and cash equivalent. So under long-term borrowing, when you will prepare notes to account, it is very easy. You will simply write the loan under long-term borrowing. Loan is of rupees 4 lakh. Under cash and cash equivalent, you will directly write down cash at bank, that is 4 lakh. So this is very easy, but here the things are not clear. Therefore, I does not prefer this method. Now tell me, is this method clear to everyone? Is this question clear to everyone? This was your homework. This was your homework. Still, I have solved this for your help. Hi Manjeet. Hi Aditya. What Aditya? What's your doubt? So now we will be starting the today's session, that is interest on Debentures, interest on debentures. So this is our today's topic. Aditya, I hope that I can reply to you, but it's my restriction that I can't reply. Here I am a teacher now. So, now the next topic is interest on debentures. And first of all, let us understand that what is the meaning of interest on debentures. क्या मतलब होता है interest on debentures का, and how the interest will be paid. So, interest on debentures, it is a charge against profit. Interest on debentures is a charge against profit of the company. Charge means it is payable whether the company is earning profit or incurring loss. So interest on debenture एक charge है, कंपनी को पे करना ही करना है, चाहे कंपनी को प्रॉफिट हो या लॉस हो. So interest on debentures is a charge against profit and it is payable even if the company is incurring losses. कंपनी को लॉस होगा तो भी पे करना है. And it is calculated at a fixed rate of interest. Interest is calculated at a fixed rate. Yamini, if the screen is unclear, if the screen is blurred, then you can change the quality of the video because there is some network issue from your side. So please change the quality of the video. So the second point is interest is always calculated at a fixed rate on the nominal value, on the face value. So this is a very important point. This is very important point that interest is calculated on the face value, on the nominal value. Interest is calculated on the face value, on the nominal value. Third point. Interest is not payable. Interest is not payable on debentures that are issued as collateral security. Interest is not payable on debentures that are issued as collateral security. And the last point, it is prefixed on the debenture. It is predetermined on debenture. पहले से ही rate fix होता है on the debenture. That is, if the rate is 15%, then debentures will be entitled to 15% interest. Then, if the rate is 15%, then you will write debentures as 15% debenture. So पहले से prefix होता है और आप हमेशा क्या लिखोगे? Percentage debenture. If the rate is 16%, write 16% debenture. If the rate is 10%, it will be written as 10% debentures. Manjeet, we have covered the meaning in the first session. Please go and check it out. I can't explain it right now. You can check out our previous videos of this chapter to know the meaning of debentures. Our recorded sessions are always available for you. Now, next point is balance in the debenture interest account. Balance in the debenture interest account. शॉर्ट में समझ नहीं आएगा मंजीत, अगर आ जाता तो मैं समझा देती. It will at least take 5 to 7 minutes. So I can't explain it right now. I request you to please watch the previous session. So balance in the debenture interest account is transferred to the statement of P&L. जो भी डिबेंचर इंटरेस्ट अकाउंट में बैलेंस होगा at the end of the year, whatever is the balance in the debenture interest account at the end of the year, it will be transferred to statement of P&L at the end of the year. You will transfer that balance to the statement of P&L account. Now, the very important point. Interest payment may be subject to TDS. जो आपको इंटरेस्ट मिला है, it may be subject to TDS, tax deducted at source. जो भी आपने इंटरेस्ट रिसीव किया है, हो सकता है कि उस पे टैक्स कटेगा. So your interest may be subject to TDS. Now, what will be the journal entry when the interest will be paid on the debenture? क्या journal entry होगी जब हम लोग interest on debentures पे करेंगे? So, there are several journal entry. The first case is when interest on debenture is due. Your interest is due, but there is no tax. Your interest on debentures is due, but there is no tax on the interest. So the journal entry will be interest on debentures account debit. Interest will be debited because it is an expense for the company. Interest on debenture debit to debenture holder. Debenture holders are your creditors. Debenture holders are creditors, so you will credit debenture holder. So when the interest is due but the tax is ignored, the journal entry will be interest on debenture debit to debenture holder. Second case, when interest on debenture is due and tax is deducted at source. Tax is deducted at source. There is a tax at the time of interest. So, the journal entry will be interest on debenture debit to debenture holder to TDS payable. You will also credit TDS because that is also a liability. So, when there is TDS, you will credit TDS payable account. Next journal entry, next case is when interest on debenture is paid, when you will pay the interest on debenture. Because in the first two cases, interest was due. In the first two cases, interest was due only. It was not paid. So now in third case, interest on debenture is paid. So what will be the journal entry when the interest is paid? The journal entry will be debenture holder account debit. Debenture holder account debit. You will debit debenture holder because your liability is decreasing. आपकी liability, आपके creditors क्या हो रहे हैं? कम हो रहे हैं. So you will debit the debenture holder and you will credit bank account. Because you are making payment, your asset will decrease, you will credit bank account. So when the interest is paid, the journal entry will be debenture holders account debit to bank account. Next case, when the TDS is deposited in the government account, when you will pay TDS. In the second journal entry, TDS was payable, but now you are depositing it or you are paying the TDS. So the journal entry will be TDS payable debit, decrease in liability debit to bank account. You are making the payment, you will credit bank account. TDS payable account debit to bank account. Next journal entry, next case is when the interest on debentures is transferred to the statement of P&L account at the end of the year. When you will transfer the interest on debentures to the statement of P&L. So, earlier the interest was debited. Till now, in all the entries, interest was debited. To transfer it, you will do the reverse. You will credit debenture interest. You will credit interest on debenture and you will debit statement of P&L account. अभी तक हमने जो जर्नल एंट्रीज पास करी थी उसमें इंटरेस्ट क्या हुआ था? डेबिट हुआ था. उसको ट्रांसफर करने के लिए यू विल डू दी रिवर्स. हम उल्टा कर देंगे. नाउ इंटरेस्ट विल बी क्रेडिटेड एंड यू विल डेबिट statement of P&L account. So these are the 5 journal entries in the case of interest on debentures. First journal entry was interest on debenture account debit to debenture holder. Interest on debenture debit to debenture holder. Second entry was interest on debenture debit to debenture holder to TDS payable. Interest on debenture debit to debenture holder to TDS payable. Third, you will pay interest. The entry will be debenture holder to bank. Debenture holder to bank. Then you will pay TDS. Then you will pay TDS. TDS account debit, TDS payable account debit to bank account. And at last, at the end of the year, you will transfer the interest to the statement of P&L. The journal entry will be statement of P&L debit to interest on debentures. These are the 5 journal entries that will be passed in the case of interest on debentures. Now we will solve some practical examples so that we can understand this topic better. So now we are going to solve one practical question of this topic. This is the question that we are required to solve. Divakar Enterprises Limited issued rupees 10 lakh 6% debenture. The nominal value of debenture is 10 lakh. The nominal value of debenture is 10 lakh. Interest is paid on September 30th and March 31st. Your interest is paid in 2 installment. इंटरेस्ट जो है आप 2 बारी में पे करोगे. योर टोटल इंटरेस्ट इज पेड इन 2 equal installment. One on 30th September and second on March 31st. Record the necessary journal entries. Record the necessary journal entries assuming that income tax is deducted at the rate 30%. TDS income tax is also deducted at 30% of the amount of interest. Amount of tax 18,000 for the year ending 31st March 2003. Now, first of all, we will calculate the interest. First of all, we will calculate the amount of interest. So, these are 6% debenture. These are 6% debenture. So, 6% interest will be paid. How much interest will be paid? 6%. So, on the nominal value 10 lakh, you will calculate 6% interest. So, 6% of 10 lakh is 60,000. 6% of 10 lakh is 60,000 and this is paid in 2 equal installment. This interest will be paid in 2 installment, 30,000 on September 30 and 30,000 on March 31st, your interest will be paid in 2 installments, 30,000 on September 30th and 30,000 on March 31st. So now we will pass the journal entry on 2 different dates. You will pass journal entries on September 30th and you will pass journal entry on March 31st. Because interest is paid in 2 installment. यहाँ पर जो interest है वो 2 बारी में pay होगा. So let's see what will be the journal entries. First, you have issued the debentures. Bank account debit to percentage debentures 10 lakh and 10 lakh. This is not mandatory, but you may pass this also. You have issued debentures of 10 lakh, so bank account debit to percentage debentures 10 lakh and 10 lakh. Then on September 30th, the interest will become due. The interest 30,000 will become due. So the journal entry will be interest on debenture debit to debenture holder to income tax payable. To income tax payable. Because there is income tax also, 30% income tax is there. Now how will you write down amount is this? Now, how will you write down amount? On 30th September, the journal entry is interest on debenture account debit to debenture holder account to income tax payable. This is the journal entry. The amount of interest due on 30th September is 30,000. The interest due on 30th September is 30,000 because interest is payable in 2 installments. So only 30,000 is due on 30th September. Now out of this 30,000, 30% income tax will be payable. Out of this 30,000, 30% income tax will be payable. So you will calculate 30% of 30,000, that is 9,000. 30% of 30,000 will be 9,000 and the balance you will write down in debenture holder. The balance you will pay to debenture holder. Hi Palak, hi Mamta. So this is your journal entry. Then you will pay to the debenture holder. The journal entry will be debenture holder debit to bank 21,000, 21,000 and then you will pay the income tax. The entry will be income tax payable account debit to bank 9,000 and 9,000. These 3 journal entries will be passed on 30th September. First, the interest is due. Interest on debenture debit to debenture holder to income tax payable. Income tax payable is 30%. So 30% of 30,000 is 9,000. The balance you will pay to debenture holder. Compound entry for what, Palak? Yes, you can pass combined entry for this also. You may pass compound entry or combined entry for this. Then after the interest is due, you will pass the journal entry when the interest is paid. So when interest is paid, the journal entry will be debenture holder debit to bank account. And then you will pay the income tax payable account debit to bank. Now, there is something very amazing that on the next installment, 31st March, On next installment, 31st March, the same journal entry will be passed. On your next installment, 31st March, the same journal entries will be passed with the same amount. These 3 entries will be passed again on 31st March with the same amount. यही journal entry हम दोबारा से pass कर देंगे on 31st March. So you can see the solution that on 31st March, the entries are same. On 31st March, the entries are same. Just a minute, we have to go back to the question. So, in the question, it was mentioned that amount of tax is 18,000 for the year 31st March 2003. Amount of taxes 18,000 for the year ending 31st March 2003. So you will not pay tax in between the year. On 30th September, you will only pay interest to the debenture holder. You will only pay interest to the debenture holder. You will not pay income tax. You will not pay income tax. You will pay at the end of the year, or you can pay in between the year also. They have paid it at the end of the year, but we can pay at the in between of the year also. So this is income tax paid. We have passed 2 entries for the same. They have passed only 1 entry. Income tax payable to bank 18,000. अगर आप 2 entry pass करोगे तो भी same amount होगी. So it's your choice that you want to pass combined entry at the end of the year, or you want to pass 2 entries in between the year or at the end of the year. And at end of the year, after passing all the journal entries, on 31st March, the interest is paid. After this, at the end, you will transfer the interest to the P&L account. The total interest 60,000, not 30,000. The total interest is 60,000, and this will be transferred to the P&L account. The journal entry will be P&L account debit to debenture interest account. Now tell me, is this question clear to everyone? Is this question clear to all of you? Ma'am, when you will do... Mamta, I'm not getting you. When you will do not for profit organization, that subscription is confusing me a lot. I'm not getting you, Mamta. We have already covered the NPO. Mamta, we have already covered NPO chapter, but don't worry, because we will be starting a new series for you in which we will be discussing the practical question for NPO. So don't worry, after 2 or 3 days, we will be discussing the practical questions for NPO. So those who are weak in NPO, don't worry, we are here to make you pro in this chapter. So that's it for today. We have working notes here. You can check it out later in your notes. So if you want more classes like this, then you can take Pro Subscription, in which we are providing you all of these benefits. The actual price of the Pro Subscription for 1 month is 3499. But right now we are giving you flat 20% discount on this Pro subscription, after which the cost will be only 2799, in which all these subjects will be provided to you. And this cost is half of your school fees. So what are you waiting for? Go and grab your Pro subscription right now at flat 20% discount by using my code SCPRO. By using this code, you can avail flat 20% discount on Pro subscription. Now stay tuned for the tomorrow session. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. we will be having the mentee quiz for the chapter Issue of Debentures. तो कल होगी आपकी mentee quiz for this chapter. So stay tuned for tomorrow's session, guys. And now it's homework time. This question is your homework. You are required to pass journal entries in the following cases. So please do your homework. Don't forget it, okay? And if you guys are new to our channel Vedantu Commerce, then please take a moment to subscribe to our channel for more such classes. Also, don't forget to like this video and share this. And you can also join our official Telegram group Vedantu Commerce if you want to receive all the notes in the PDF form. अगर आपको notes PDF form में चाहिए, तो go and join this Telegram group. The link is in the description box below. Now stay tuned for the next session. See you all tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the mentee quiz. Thank you everyone for watching this session. I hope that you all enjoyed this session. So don't forget to like this video. Till then, good night, have sweet dreams and take care. Bye bye everyone.